Does anyone teach you to when you're respecting yourself firstly, does people will follow you? How you ever notice how people they gravitate towards someone who the self-esteem, assured and grounded? I will explain to this why this is self-respect thing is quite critical. It is a foundation for the future of your leadership or the influence on the people for on individually, and therefore of course creating a meaningful relationships. And there's a the specific code to the supporting this idea that you teach people how to treat you by what do you allow and what do you stop, what do you reinforce. Yes, peeps, welcome back, another brand new episode, and I hope that everything is doing well. And today is Monday, and today's the topics we are going to discussing about how to respecting yourself, how the real people will leading automatically, and these tips and tricks or the ideas that I will give you in this episode that you can utilize in your own life for reinforcing and improving every aspect of your life. And don't forget that until in the end this video, let's break it down together. First and foremost, you were wondering what is the self-respect or the self-assurance, the thing that you have to remind it to yourself sometimes in your life, and am I really being honest with me or with myself, or just I'm just losing myself sometimes for just being the people just saying to me to make it happen certain things, but and any time that I didn't want to. What is the self-respect thing that we could put the meaning of the definition thing? It is the core of the self-respect is depending the valuing the own your thoughts, the feelings, the boundaries, and your mental well-being as well. And there is the covers the key indicators of the self-respect and the same time to time, and they will gonna cover your the over time to when you defined this self-respect thing to your own life and utilizes with the saying no when needed, and the setting this healthy boundaries with your family, or with your friends or whoever, it doesn't matter. Speaking with the confidence, don't being ashamed to your own voice, and the most significant thing to personally taking care of your physical and emotional needs. Additionally, these keys indicators will cover the 99% of the definition of the self-respect that we had. That being said, but this is a saying that no, it is when is it necessary, and at these times the most wasted times in your life, perhaps if you were just saying to the no and kindly just reject it or deny that request and just get back to your own business, or just get back to your own needs, your to-do list, or etc. And setting these healthy boundaries that are leading you to cover and protecting your mental being and feeling better in daily, and setting these boundaries is quite important, which is in the journey of creating the self-respect. And beside that, the self-respect thing doesn't build on overnight. Nobody can do that, and it is a thing that will take a lot of time. It's, of course, some people are as exceptional. There's depends on the personal traits, the pros and cons, the personal traits, and depend on this is so much personally, but the vast of the majority, the self-respect with the thing that started with or going to the gym, taking off the physical appearance and taking care of the mental well-being. That being said, in the first sentence of the definition of the self-respect, whereas the point that I will going to talking about the why the people or society we call are drawn to those who respect themselves on individually. And these are the highlighting points that when people seeing someone who respect themselves and creating healthy boundaries, or anything that needs to be seeing herself so much matters to doing in his life so much matters to him. And this is a confidence is so much magnetic, and people do love them, and people follow those who believe in themselves. No one doesn't want to be a no confidence people, the lack of confidence, the lack of maybe leading some part of trust. And the people, they generally will follow you if you are believing in yourself, and those people will throw into the who believe in themselves. And you set your the own standards. When you're respecting yourself, giving your as the value as you show the others how treating you, and they will see your own the borders to this a having a behavior that setting that boundaries, and they will never gonna get this to pass this line, because you have already set up these standards with your own self, and people are more drawn into your for the when you started create this standards and the boundaries. And authenticity matters too, and this authenticity thing, the being real with you, not being ashamed, the people are the more trust you. And when you true to yourself, when you open to one someone, maybe have noticed before, the people just started the authenticity, the feels, that emotion, this expression to attracting them the more to open to your in your speaking, in your conversations, and so on. And these boundaries definitely the building a relationships, healthy trust, and this trust will others feel more safer around these people who needs have a limits and honor their values. And then this is so much easy to see the real life examples or the stories, the people who they believing in themselves, just trusting himself to do in their business or in their relationships or in their own self. It doesn't matter. And these relatable scenarios between among the society, it is we could giving for instance the saying to no, or just a denied for toxic friendships that you had created before, or the relationships, the romantic relationship, or it's just so your best friend with your best friend to among with you and your friend, and walking away from an opportunity that doesn't align with your values. And this is it gives you a more peace and a more prevent your mental well-being. Now I'm going to be giving you the practical tips to we started in the beginning of the video talking about how to building this self-respect properly. And these are the key examples and bullet points to expressing this self-respect thing, the definition of the just which just have been talked about before. And this is starting with the speak kindly to yourself, the kind of the positive self-talk at the front of the mirror. It doesn't matter, you don't have to look at yourself on the mirror, but I just gave an example talking about your the positive, like for example, okay, I can do that, okay, I will make it happen today or this hour. I will finish my work, or just I will finish my project this year or whatever. And just kindly to yourself, starting with this self-respect, and keep these tiny or huge promises to making to yourself. If you don't make your promise to make it happen that you gave your own self, that will going to break your own trust. And then don't wait to the other people's that will just making you to do gives you the more trust, because you haven't make it happen your own promises, and you just have to keep these promises and you make to yourself. And this is surrounding yourself with the people who uplifting you for these make it happen these promises as well. Because when you just hanging around with the people or these the toxic relationships that you didn't say no, or the other people's or the romantic relationships that you have been in maybe current or the past, doesn't matter. You have to a hanging around or to create a connection, and just these people who gives you a the more peace, who uplift you, the for mood, for positively, who gives you the more energy. It doesn't be a the more drain your energy and the wasting your time, and don't beg for attention or the validation for those people, because there's a critical part of you just begging so much on those other people sort of for their validation, or they gonna accept me. Okay, how I'm gonna make it happen if they say no, or they're just gonna be rejected me. It just let herself into these thoughts or ideas and just make it happen, and you will going to be create a self-respect over time, and investing your self-growth in or throughout the journey, the reading, reflecting, and the last part, improving yourself. Okay, we had implicated these practical steps step by step in our daily lives, but what is the ripple effect? What happens when you're respecting yourself? You just have created the core of the self trust, the thing, the self assurance thing, and these ripple effects starting to you after have improved or reinforced your own thoughts and ideas and behaviors. You started inspire others to raise their own standards, because they just have affected on you and seeing this behavior not they have seen before, and they just started to raising their own standards, but not as well, and that with the same with you. Of course they will gonna be different, but you're just inspiring, and this is great. This is a huge thing to gives some more that feeling. It is a unexpressible. We can't say that just inspiring for others to just creating their own lives for better, leading to more better life, and you people treat you better and with admiration, with respect. It's not a pity way. This is a quite important, and this is not a pity way. It's not the jealous, it's not envy. As with admiration, with respect, and with love, the pure love, and you become a leader by example, not just words, because you had improved yourself, you put in the work, and to the real life you had convinced yourself to the being a leader, and the people started to see a great and authentic the leader for just not just by reading in the words, and your voice has more weight because it become from a place of integrity, not just from the other thoughts or other people's expressions. Just own your authenticity and your pure intelligence. There's some address fears to common challenges between how to overcome them. Just came across the interfere with the obstacles while you just started a self-respect at some point. This is, what if I lose my friends, or what if I feel lonely so much? Nobody is gonna be a hangout with me if I set a boundary, say not to say no to the meetings not necessary to me. Then they learn to truly respecting you. If you losing your friends, you just calling them your friends. Maybe in their shoes, there's not in your friends anymore. And if you're being scared of the being lonely, the self-respect oftentimes is starting with the solitude before connection. You created before the first solitude, and then you just created the connection with the people, creating genuine relationships, and encouraging you for consistency even when it's hard, because you have started once and you have to be completed. Then finally, I will give you so much inspire, and I know this is so much cliched for closing message, but these are the final encouragements that I would like to give you. When you close, or when you Tuesday you're respecting yourself, you don't just change how people and seeing you, you change how you see the world, really. And then I'm asking you for what's one area in your life where you can start respecting yourself more even today. Yes, peeps, we had completed this video successfully, and I hope that this video has resonated with you. If you're watching this video until the now, you know what you're gonna do. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'm looking forward to your replying or the comments or the recommendations to other things you just want to share for the being better, or it gives you more inspiration to creating more videos. And I'm so much curious about it. Looking, your comments are down below, and don't forget them, and don't stop watching now. And these are, you can watching the recommendations video here to my last videos, and here you can subscribe to my channel. And until the next time, stay healthy and peace.